Hey guys, this is SanchoWest and welcome to my follow-up video for why Last of Us 2 should have a Battle Royale. Now here's the disclaimer. Now this is not just like, I don't have any information if Naughty Dog's doing a Battle Royale for Last of Us 2 multiplayer, nor do I believe that they are going to do it. This is just my idea after playing countless hours of various Battle Royales such as Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, H1, that I think Naughty Dog could bring to the table. This video is not going to have a lot of editing. It's just going to be a conversation between you and I really hope you like my idea and that we can put this down into the comment section. We can have a nice little conversation beyond this video. And I really hope that Naughty Dog does put a Battle Royale in The Last of Us 2 multiplayer, and I think it could be a very awesome opportunity. So let's just get right down to why Naughty Dog should do it, because I think Naughty Dog could bring that Naughty Dog polish to the Battle Royale. We're talking about music, we're talking about environment, we're talking about intimate fights, we're talking about all these kinds of things that Naughty Dog can do that the current day Battle Royale is missing. See, here's the things that I really love about Battle Royales, right? Battle Royales have an awesome story. The gameplay itself, that awesome arc of going from nothing to winning, to being the last man standing, is an awesome story, and nothing beats that. And I think that's why Battle Royales are so successful, because you could have those water cooler moments. You could tell everybody at the office or tell everybody at school like how it went down, how you got it, how we were able to win, or you could tell them your fails and all this kind of stuff. That's what Battle Royales have, and that's why they're currently beating these first-person shooters like Destiny 2, Call of Duty, all those kinds of things. Those moments are fleeting in terms of just die, repeat, die, repeat, die, repeat. But the current Battle Royales are not perfect. There is some things that I think that could definitely be improved, and Naughty Dog has the opportunity to do that. Things such as the opening frantic pace of flying in and landing and trying to scramble to find a weapon, and then somebody gets a better shotgun than you or something like that, and then you end up dying. Then you have to go back into the lobby, and that's very frustrating, and it's not very inviting for opening players. The mid game, which is after that opening hectic phase, the mid game gets kind of boring. There's really nothing to do. You loot, you loot, you loot, and then you might end up dying to the storm, or you end up dying to someone camping out in the outskirts who has a better gun than you. That kind of stuff is very frustrating. The only thing that the Battle Royales all have in common is that last piece, that third part, which is the final top 10 or the final circles. Those are, you get your heart beating, and they, you know what I mean? Those are something that you cannot mess with. That's the part of the formula you just leave alone. But I still think that Naughty Dog could do some little wrinkles to it. So let me just break down my idea for it a little bit further, and then I'll walk you through it all together. First things first, it's not going to be a 100-man Battle Royale. It's only going to be a 32-man Battle Royale, 24 to 32 players. So this would just make it a little bit more intimate, in which I really think that leans more to the Last of Us style. 32-man Battle Royale, and there's going to have this map, the map that I have in mind. I've been watching other Battle Royales like Escape from Tarkov, and then the new release, it's not a Battle Royale, but it's a PvP game called Hunted. They have a map, and in this map, you have various points of interest, and the way I see it is each point of interest is a map in the multiplayer itself, in the team deathmatch. So you have all these little cities, right? And on the map, you pick where you want to spawn, and there's only like 6 people that could spawn there total. So all these places has a little lobby, and you pick where you want to spawn, and you pick where you spawn, and then you spawn in a random place in that spawn. So that way it will minimize the randomness of Battle Royales, and that way it will give you the opportunity to learn your spawn, to learn your area, to learn where things are, because everything's going to have set loot. There's not going to be some random loot in random places. Everything's going to have set loot. So you know that there is a gun in this drawer, there is a brick in this drawer. See, that's not awesome, a brick. All that kind of stuff will be set, and that way you guys could learn and get better. And I'll get more into why that's important. The other thing is you will spawn in with a selected loadout. All you're going to have is a handgun that you pick, like a revolver and 9mm or other various handguns, and a melee weapon and a perk. And I'll get into the perk a little bit later. So you have something that is all controlled. The opening parts are controlled so you can get and progress to that final addictive part of Battle Royales. Next thing is going to have NPCs. That's right. NPCs are gonna be in the map. Now, before you get all crazy, like this is to lean more into Last of Us style, but more importantly, the NPCs will have low health. So all they take is one melee bash, one shot to the body. These things will die instantly, and they'll give you XP, and I'll get more into that later. Now, the great thing about the NPCs is, yes, you're going to have run into clickers and bloaters, but those are going to be protecting high-level loot, which I'll get into a little bit later as well. let me get back to that. Oh, why don't we just talk about it right now? I have it in my notes. High level weapons. So again, I said it's very frustrating when you land and someone gets a high level weapon. What if a battle royale actually allow you to earn that high level weapon? So back to those clickers and bloaters. You go into the map, say you spawn into a farm area. You know that in this barn there is a bloater that is protecting a shotgun or some sort of high level weapon. You know that you cannot go attack it until you get better loot, to get better gear, and then when you attack it, you get access to that shotgun, or you can sneak past it, and you know that there's going to be a high level interest in that area. So you go ahead and you take all that out, and it's that way it slows down the crazy shotgun play or the crazy high level weapon play, and you know that that person earned it. So you could still kill that person and get that high level weapon. Here's the thing that it's also going to progress the battle royale genre: a collectible system. I really feel like right now the mid game, like I said, there's nothing to do. But what if each area that you spawn into has about 500 things that you need to collect? And if you collect these 500 things, you get some awesome skin, or you get some awesome thing that you have to wear to prove that you're awesome. So not only you'll be enticed to go to different spawns, but you'll be able to do something along the way and collect items. Something like maybe like comic books, various tokens. All these kinds of things are scattered throughout the area, and they spawn in randomly, and they're hard to find. But if you find it, you go awesome. You won't lose it or anything like that. But that's what I really like, this mid-level game of collecting, of finding things, of exploring new areas. To encourage people to explore new spawns, and it will encourage people to try to survive to get to the final circle. And the one thing that I want to point out is there will be losable items. And what I mean that is, of course, this game may have a loot box system. You know, if it does, it's all going to be cosmetic, and it's all going to be based on XP boost and all these kinds of things. But the way I want to do it is that any item that you earn in the loot box system is losable. So say you have some awesome clothes that you love that you earn in a loot box, you know that you could lose it. So you're going to be very valuable. You're going to hold on to it. Those kinds of things. And they're not going to be crazy XP amount. You're not going to grind for these things. These items are just something that you could earn a lot, that you could find in the ground. But the loot box just gives you access to them. And that's what I really like about it, is that I want that system where whatever clothes or sometimes gear that you walk out of at the end of the battle royale, you get to keep. And I think that's a cool system. Let's go back to the storms, right? There is going to be no storms or anything like that. The NPCs will control the arena. The NPCs will control the flow of the match. So, which I'll get into a little bit later. So eventually these NPCs will spawn powerful, just like in Ark Survival, and they will push players closer to the middle of the map. And not only the NPCs will push people closer to the map, I'm very excited. They will also, the players will be pushed by their greed, by their curiosity of wanting better loot, of wanting to collect more. All those kinds of things will push a player. So there's a little psychological play in it beyond just some storm, or beyond just a virus pushing you closer. I think that Naughty Dog has the opportunity to explore different ways to get players to get to the center. Now here's the thing that I want to talk about is I like to call spawn champions or point of interest champions. Every battle royale you find out, it eventually boils down to whoever wins a certain area will eventually come into the final circle. So the way this is going to work is you spawn into an area, you win that area, and then you're going to spawn into the final map, which is the center, which never changes. Again, consistency will create high level gameplay, and it will cause players to learn the game, and it will give you an incentive to keep grinding, and it will minimize this feeling of randomness or random number games, the RNG. So you win your area, and then the NPCs will push you into this military checkpoint, and you go into it to get to the final thing, which you'll spawn into, and again you'll have all your loot that you gained from your other area. So this basically, you end up being the champion of the farm area, and you have all this loot, and you're going into the final circle to fight the champion of coal mine, something like that. So that's what I really like about that flow. And like I said, here's the last point, and then I'll get into how the match will flow. This is going to be a long video. I'm excited about this idea. The number 9 thing would be the final map will be a military base. And like I said, all the spawn champions will come into it with all their gear, and this is the final base. And there is I forgot to mention the NPCs that you'll get will have bounties on them, that you want to kill those big bloater NPCs because you have bounties and you have missions and all those things. It's gonna be awesome. I'll get into that later. And so you know that there's a final boss in here, that you could get an awesome weapon, that you can get awesome things. I haven't really worked out the ending thing. I just know that it's gonna basically stay the same, right? The last part of the final royale, you be in the top 10, you have this losable gear, right? You have all this clothes, all that stuff will stay the same. One thing that I want to point out, to go back to, is those milestones. I really believe gaming's missing milestones. You kill 1,000 runners, you kill 1,000 clickers, you get a special gear, and this is gear that you will never lose, that you'll always be able to wear. So I encourage you to play the game so you can have clothes that are really awesome, that you get 100 headshots, you get you win 100 times in the battle royale, you get awesome gear so that when someone sees you, they know that you're dangerous, so you won't have to worry about levels or anything like that. You'll say, okay, this guy, he's won the battle royale 50 times, I gotta be careful with this guy. So I think those are the awesome things that can really extend it. Let me just walk through you a match, a typical match. You go ahead and you click the farm, right? You see that there's 6 other people who click there, and you spawn in. You have your trusty rifle, and you have your melee weapon, which is an axe. But then you say you were able to find an item that gives you a perk, and it's losable, just like in Dead by Daylight. You find a perk that gives you a 5 increased damage against NPCs, something that's not going to break the game. You're going to go ahead and you spawn in, you know exactly where things are. Boom, you go into effect, you grab a better gun, you grab a rifle, you know that around this corner there's going to be an NPC. You take them out, you get some XP. Now you've already got set, you already settled in, you know exactly how the combat works. If you're a new player, you know exactly how the guns feel. You feel a little bit good about yourself. You go a little bit further, you know that there is a bloater in this barn that has this shotgun. You're going to take this cautiously because you know a lot of people like to show up. You go ahead and you eventually you get the shotgun. Now say if you die, right, at that point, say you died at the bloater, you say, wow, at least I killed a number of zombies, I got a lot of this XP, I found a couple collectibles along the way, and I killed 1 player. That's awesome. Maybe next time I could get to the final map. And so this is a great way to progress, right? So say you did win, and now you're the NPCs, yeah, storm is a bad habit. The NPCs are pushing you into the final map. You see another player running in because you know that there's 6 people in this area and you've only seen 4 people die. So there's only 2 other people left. You see that the NPCs are coming in, the countdown is happening, and you only have a minute. And both of you guys are fighting at this gate, trying to get to the gate to get out. So one of you guys get out, awesome, now you are the champion of that area. And you're saying, but what about the players that cleared out all the players? Do they just automatically spawn into the final map? No. What they can do is they have the opportunity to grind, to get NPCs, to find more collectibles while they're waiting for the final circle. Sorry about that, the camera cut off. So you're feeling good about yourself, right? You got all these awesome things going for you. You were able to get into the final map. You were able to find an awesome hat that you've been wanting for, but you know you could lose, so you don't want to die. You were able to collect a lot of things from the farm. You got a lot of XP already from killing a lot of zombies. You killed a bloater along the way. You got yourself an awesome shotgun that you earned, and now you're heading into the final stage of the Battle Royale. So all those things are like, that awesome accomplishment is awesome, and now you're going into a deadly area that there's going to be a strong NPC, that you know you're going to face strong players. So none of this is going to be like, oh my god, this is tough. Now there's a lot of people are going to say, well, what about the people that like to have like no gear or anything like that? These are the things I haven't really like figured out yet, but I know, like, say rather than having one spawn champion or whatever like that from the POI, maybe that whoever survives that area in 15 minutes, they go into the final circle, but they won't have high level gear. The whole goal is for you to be geared out when you walk into the final circle, so it kind of creates a level playing field for all the players fighting it out in the top 10. You won't have a player that has better weapons than you, and if they do have better weapons than you, it's slightly better than you. I kind of want to, so you can see some high level gameplay with high level weapons, and you could figure out how the people manipulate bloaters and clickers. I don't know, that's the thing that I kind of want to iron out, but you know where I'm going for at the end, and I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, it's just an idea. The best part of this idea I didn't get to is that because all these maps are little sections that you could play in the team deathmatch, that means you could practice and you could go into team deathmatch and you could get more practice, because I think that's what Battle Royale is missing, is everything's on the line and you have to do well, and if you don't do well, you're dead, and that sucks. And I apologize, I'm coming over a allergy cold, all those things. I said a lot, and I hope you liked this idea. I know it's a very plain video, but it's all these ideas I had in mind, and I hope it gets to Naughty Dog in some way. But let's go ahead and talk about it down below. Comment down below. I will continue making these kinds of videos. If you like them, you know, please show me that you like these videos. Vote it up and subscribe if you're new, and share it with people that love The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. And I think this will bring a lot of new people, and I think this will bring it'll be a great way to introduce players to the Battle Royale, because again, everything will be set, everyone can learn everything, they'll learn the spawns, they'll learn the weapon spawns, and at the same time they could get experience by killing NPCs, and at least getting like a nice easy way to get into a match with a set spawn. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, ooh yeah, peace, adios guys, bye.